CJ, why don't you just alt backspace and we'll come pick you up?
No, because this is a rescue operation.
I'll get
I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but we're currently getting our ass kicked.
Well,
Somebody hit.
two freelancers just rammed into each other. I witnessed it.
What's up, dudes? This is hashtag no regrets coming back at you with another Star Citizen video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at death and how it's going to work. Everything that I'm going to be throwing at you in terms of information is going to be available down in the comments below. I'm going to have a link for you there. So if you want to check it out a little bit more and you want to read a little bit more in depth, it's right there available to you. But without further ado, let's get straight into this video. So Cloud Imperium Games wants to have a system where death matters, but they don't want to have a complete permadeath system. They also don't want it to not have a role in the game at all. So what that means is Chris Roberts, who is the director of Cloud Imperium Games, he's the head driving force behind Star Citizen. He has played a few games that has really inspired him in terms of how he wants Cloud Imperium Games to handle the death system. The number one thing that comes to mind for him was Demon Souls. And he enjoyed the fact that death played a huge role and that surviving hard fights rewarded you, but he also felt that it was slightly too punishing. And the reason why he felt that way is because it literally forces you to keep grinding on the same thing over and over again, and you're constantly dying, and every time you die, you have to work your way all the way back to the spot that you died at in order to reclaim the souls, which is the currency in the game that you use for literally everything. And if you died on the way back, if you died before you got it, that was it. Those souls were permanently lost. However, on the other hand, he doesn't want a game where when you get killed, you have everything that you had left off with, and your character is completely unscathed. So, long story short, Chris Roberts wants a game where what you do matters, and his vision to have that happen includes meaningful death. So if you want the TLDR version, the game's going to have a semi-permadeath mechanic. But let's kind of hop into what exactly that means. And in order to get to that, we got to start from the very beginning of when you make your character. So when you do this, when you boot up the game, you're going to be greeted with a first-person view of a male and a female bathroom. And you'll choose one and then walk in and proceed to customize your character via the bathroom mirror. Very Fallout 4-esque, so just imagine doing it exactly like Fallout 4 did. Once you've decided you like the way your character looks, you'll then leave the bathroom and walk to the United Earth Empire Navy Recruiting Center, where you'll fill out an insurance form listing your character's name as well as a beneficiary. And this beneficiary is going to be extremely important later on. And you'll be able to pick the name of your beneficiary as well as their relationship to your character. And like I said, I'll touch on this a little bit more later on in the video. After you've completed all of this, your character will then have the option to begin your career in the United Earth Empire through doing advanced training, which will begin Squadron 42 in your career in the United Earth Empire Navy, or you can opt out of your military service and jump straight into the persistent universe, which is going to be the main game, Star Citizen. While doing Squadron 42, because it's a single-player, story, narrative-driven campaign, if you die, it will just load the last save point, which is typically going to be right before you launched that particular mission. So it's just going to handle it like if you die, there's no save points, it's just going to start you all the way back from the beginning of the mission. Death in the persistent universe, however, is going to be handled quite a bit differently. Let's take, for example, you might be playing with a few buddies, and in order to do this, you like to support your buddies. And your buddy is a miner, and so he has a prospector. And you have an Avenger Titan because you like to help him transport his goods, aka the ore that he mines, from where he's mining to a refinery. So your buddy calls you up and he's like, hey man, come on, let's get on the game and let's play. So you both get in, you boot up, you hop in the game, you fly around, and you find a good spot for you to mine. However, when you do that, some pirates actually find you, and they were waiting for somebody to come up on this rich ore deposit. They engage your buddy in the prospector first, and unfortunately, your buddy was able to get out of his ship before it blew up, but a straight laser ended up cutting him in half. After this, the pirates turn around and they focus their attention on you, and you're trying to evade them in your Titan, but it's kind of a lost effort, so you eject out and you survive. Your ejection seat saved your life because you were able to get out of the ship before it blew up. Because these pirates killed your buddy, who was defenseless, these pirates will also become extremely wanted players whose wanted contracts will be plastered almost everywhere in the verse. So this is kind of the first step in addressing how he wants to handle the death mechanic. People who intentionally grief and kill other players, defenseless players, after they've ejected out of a spaceship are going to be extremely wanted individuals. So griefers are not going to have a place in this game at all. So the pirates leave and you activate your beacon, and both you and your friend's body are recovered by another player. And that player receives a payment because he took the time to come out and grab you and take you to the nearest aid station. Now, you personally take no hit to your internal life count, but your buddy is a different story. Because of scientific and medical advances, your friend who was torn in half by the pirates' lasers and would have been deemed dead by today's standards is able to be revived and is now restored to healthy condition, but there are some caveats to that. He no longer has his original lower half of his body. He now has cybernetic legs to replace the ones he lost, and he also has some prevalent scarring along his body. That's just one example of how the death mechanic is going to be handled. There's many other ways that it's going to end up happening, and Chris Roberts has stated that there's going to be a limited amount of times that something like this could happen before that character who was pronounced dead but was able to be brought back is finally laid to rest. And the in-game lore behind that is that the body can only handle it so many times before it actually just starts failing out on itself. So one of the coolest parts of this system is that when this happens, and let's say you were in a significant firefight and one of your limbs, like let's say your right arm, became extremely damaged and you bled out because of that, and you ended up having to get your arm completely replaced. That arm will no longer look the same to other people. It will look like a bionic arm, a cybernetic arm. It's going to be extremely cool and visual. It's not going to give you any extra functionality from what we can tell, but it'll allow you to basically operate on the same level that you used to. And this means that you're going to be able to see real battle-scarred veterans in the in-game world, and it'll bring a cool sense of immersion to the universe, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. On the other hand, though, there's always a chance that your character could possibly take irreparable damage. So take, for example, you're playing as a pirate and you go to board a Connie that you and your crew just disabled. Upon entry, a stray laser strikes your character in the head. There's a chance that that laser might completely fry your brain, completely destroy it, and that character is now permanently dead. This is where that beneficiary that you named at the beginning of the game comes into play. Upon your original character's death, everything that you've worked towards in terms of equipment, ships, fortune, and reputation is then transferred to this beneficiary. In some cases, these are going to be at a slightly reduced amount to both act as a slight penalty for dying, but also to mimic a living run. So if you were a pirate and you named your son as your beneficiary, he will then inherit the pirate reputation, meaning that he's not going to be friendly with the United Earth Empire, but he won't be watched as closely as your original character was, and this will hold true to any other faction. So if you wanted to stay a pirate, you might have to work a little harder to get back to your original standing. However, it also provides a good platform for you to change your focus and reputation in the game. Let's take a look at how this is going to affect meaningful achievements. If your original character was responsible for some sort of major in-game event, such as assassinating an important NPC in the universe or charting a star system, then their name will be added into the in-game lore via the Galactopedia, which is going to be something that everybody's going to be able to look at and kind of see how the universe keeps evolving, which is kind of cool. I'm really looking forward to seeing that as well. And the permanent death mechanic is going to apply somewhat to what CIG will deem as major NPCs. These are going to be unique NPCs that will be looked at as achievements in the game that only a select few people will be able to kill. Meaning that if you weren't the original group or person who killed him or her, then you are completely out of luck. That NPC will never exist again. Take, for example, you're playing as bounty hunters and you're going out with your buddies and there's a dread pirate Blackbeard out there. You can go out there with your buddies and go kill him, and he will never respawn again, and you guys will take credit for that. That accomplishment will be added to the Galactopedia when your original character dies. So it kind of brings a sense of real meaning and real impactfulness inside of the universe. When that NPC dies, however, they'll be permanently dead, but another unique NPC will eventually step up and take their place. And keep in mind that these NPCs will not be easy to kill, and CIG is going as far as basically calling them bosses, because they're going to have tricks up their sleeve, and they're also going to have other minor NPCs available to them to fight for them. So that's kind of my long answer on what the death system that Chris Roberts and Cloud Imperium Gaming are trying to create. And in my opinion, it's going to be a very interesting and fun system that I personally cannot wait to get my hands on. So that concludes my video on this topic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below. And please hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. And if you're really feeling generous, go ahead and give this video a share. Until the next video, have a good one, and peace out.